From First Arena in Elmira, New York, this is Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey live on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Hello, Hat-Tricks fans. Welcome to Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey. Happy to have you here on a Saturday night, a 6 o'clock puck drop between your Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Elmira River Sharks. Hat-Tricks enter at 8. The Danbury Hat-Tricks entering tonight's game at 8-2, 24 points, third in the Empire Division. Elmira is 5-9-0, 13 points, last place in the Empire Division. Last night, the Hat-Tricks falling in Binghamton for the 6th consecutive time. Hat-Tricks have just 1 win against the Black Bears this season, 3 out of a possible 21 points against the Black Bears, and now are 0-4 at Visions Veterans Memorial Arena in Binghamton this season. Black Bears got out to a 2-0 lead. Hat-Tricks got within 1 in the third period, but the Black Bears answered with 2 goals about 2.5 minutes after Zinchenko had gotten the Hat-Tricks back in the game. Daniel McKittrick added a late power play goal with just 36 ticks remaining in the contest. And it's a 4-2 loss for the Hat-Tricks in the first game of 2 this weekend in New York State. As for the Elmira River Sharks, they are on a 2-game winning streak. A River Sharks team that prior to those 2 wins had lost 8 straight games. So Elmira starting to find its groove a little bit. Last night taking down the Elmira River, the Watertown Wolves, 8-5. They scored the first 5 goals of the game. Watertown answered with 4 straight of their own, but then Elmira grabbed the final 3 of 4 goals to win the game 8-5 in Watertown. Mentioned the Hat-Tricks coming off the loss last night, but for the Hat-Tricks, they still have points in 4 of their last 6, 7 of a possible 15 points for the Hat-Tricks. Had their 2-game win streak snapped last night, and they come in winners of the only 2 games between the River Sharks and Hat-Tricks. Elmira, a new franchise, the River Sharks this season, playing in their inaugural year. It was the Mammoth last year, and the Hat-Tricks handled the Mammoth quite easily, winning all 12 matchups between the 2 teams, including the 2 in the postseason. That sweep from the Hat-Tricks over the River Sharks. Before the game begins, we want to thank Elmira for providing us the game feed. That means whatever you're seeing on the screen is from the Elmira in-arena camera. So sometimes you'll see that shark on your screen with the red background. Not much we can do about that, but visuals are better than just audio. So we will take what we can get. We appreciate the scoreboard in the top left corner. That'll give you the period and the time, as well as the score. Hat-Tricks with a couple lineup changes from last night. Chase Harwell out of the lineup. He is not with the team, went back home, but should just be a 1-game absence for the winger. And Jared Yao suspended last night during an altercation in the third period. So Yao not in the lineup. Hat-Tricks just dressing 5 defensemen. Yao only suspended for 1 game, so he will be back next weekend when the Hat-Tricks host the Port Huron Prowlers for 2 games in Danbury. But the Hat-Tricks with Zach Panalayan and Charlie Bedard, Samuel Tetro paired with Steve Brown, and Xavier Abdella listed as the extra defenseman. He'll most likely slide his way in and out of those top 2 pairs as the Hat-Tricks mix and match with only 5 D-men. As for the forward group, Bogdan Zinchenko, who was dressed as the extra forward, now slots into the second line right wing with Michael Falanga and Nick DiNicola. Time for the national anthem. here at First Arena. Beautifully done, and we are ready for hockey in Elmira, New York. It's the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Elmira River Sharks for the third of 12 meetings between the two teams. Inaugural season for the River Sharks. Hat-Tricks have had success against Elmira over the last 2 years. They are 14-0 if you combined the Mammoth and River Sharks over the last 2 seasons. Hat-Tricks 2-0 this campaign against Elmira. In the short sample size, Hat-Tricks taking care of business 6-5 back on November 11th. Bogdan Zinchenko had a hat trick and an assist in that game. Jacob Ratcliffe had 2 goals. And then on the 18th, here in Elmira, an 8-1 pounding. Hat-Tricks did everything right. Johnny Ruiz had 2 goals. Brandon Stoichevsky as well. And round 3 between these two teams. Hat-Tricks at 8-8-2. River Sharks 5-9-0. Empire Division battle, and we are underway at First Arena. Hat-Tricks starting with Brandon Stoichevsky centering Daniel McKittrick and Bogdan Zinchenko. Steve Brown on the back end with Zach Pamelayan. Some line juggling with Chase Harwell out of the lineup. Is not with the Hat-Tricks tonight. A quick break for Elmira, and the play whistled offsides as Houston Wilson carried it in up the left wing. And they deem it offsides. And 24 seconds in, our first whistle. Hat-Tricks fell 4-2 last night to the Binghamton Black Bears. More struggles for the Hat-Tricks in Binghamton. Now 0-4 against the Black Bears in Binghamton this season. And they have just 1 win in 7 tries. The good news for the Hat-Tricks is they can improve that record as they play another 11 times moving forward. This game 3 of 12 between the Hat-Tricks and River Sharks this season. Charlie Bedard chasing after the puck. It's pushed forward by Stephen Klink, who is red hot, has 19 points in his first 8 games as a River Shark, had 5 goals in Elmira's 8-5 win over Watertown last night. So both teams on the road. Elmira returning, both teams on the road last night. Elmira returning home tonight. Hat-Tricks head back to Danbury after tonight's contest and welcome the Port Huron Prowlers for the first time this season. That is next Friday and Saturday, the 22nd and 23rd. Michael Falanga, Sam Dabrowski, and Nick DiNicola up top. Samuel Tetro with Zach Pamelayan on the back end as Falanga resets in his own zone. Pamelayan ahead for DiNicola, who wedges it back below the Elmira goal line. Starting in net for the River Sharks, it's Sammy Bernard. This is third start with Elmira. He's 2-0 with a goals against average, a touch under 3. Save percentage hovering around .920. Made 18 of 19 saves last night against Watertown, coming in relief in that game. As for the hat tricks, welcome back Connor McCullum into the starting lineup as Sam Dabrowski bursts up the left side, cuts middle, couldn't get the shot off. Going down was Bernard as Dabrowski got tied up right in front of the Elmira net. Austin Pickford lifted his stick. Zinchenko through the neutral zone, mentioned his hat trick back on November 11th here in Elmira. Stoichevsky picks the puck off, centers. It deflects up to the right point, back below the goal line. Stoichevsky tries to handle a bouncing puck, races after it in the near corner. Center point Abdella shoots wide of the right post, clanks off the back glass. Stoichevsky there first to McKittrick. Touch pass for Zinchenko, who wheeled it off the officials. Zinchenko has it back into the middle, free puck. McKittrick shoots, deflected off the back glass, and the River Sharks clear. At the red line, it's dumped in deep by Stephen Ford and covered by Connor McCullum, who gets the nod for the hat tricks. Did not play last night. It was Liam Murray who made 35 saves on 39 Black Bear shots, allowed 4 goals in his first start as a hat trick. As for McCullum, he had started 9 consecutive games for the hat tricks before sitting last night. A much needed day off for McCullum. But he wanted to be in the net, but Murray given the opportunity and performed fairly well. Hat trick struggled offensively last night. Didn't get their first goal until the third period. Zinchenko and then McKittrick in the final minute with a garbage time power play goal. Definitely helps the power play numbers for a hat tricks team that this season sits at the bottom of the league in power play percentage, but have certainly put together some much better efforts on the man advantage. Converting last night. 3 for their last 23. No one has been given a power play opportunity thus far. So we're about 4 minutes into the first period. Jacob Ratcliffe spinning to Tetro. Wrist shot, glove down and covered by Bernard. And no whistle. Rather, no rebound and a whistle. First 5 matchups between these two teams are here in Elmira. Mentioned the 2 on the 11th and 18th. Tonight is number 3, and January 5th and February 9th, both Friday night contests. Those at 6:07 p.m. The 6th game between these two teams will be the first one in Danbury. It is on the 10th of February, so they'll play a home and home that weekend, will the Hat Tricks and River Sharks. Point drive snagged by McCullum. As we're 4 minutes and 10 seconds in to period number 1. No score. Shots are 2-2. Off the face-off. Puck is wheeled in deep. A race for it on the near side. Chopped by Wilson. Hat tricks go the other way. Falanga had it tied up in his skates. Drops off of the trailing Dabrowski. Then a new line with Harwell out of the lineup. Dabrowski jumps up to the right wing. Bedard with a knuckling drive off the glove of Bernard. And cleared by the River Sharks. Falanga taken down. We play on. Bedard at the center ice logo. Flings it in. Bedard paired with Abdella. McKittrick, Stoichevsky, and Zinchenko, the 3 forwards. Hat tricks wearing the white jerseys for the second consecutive night. They've been wearing the orange on the road. But back in the white with the black pants. McKittrick Tips the puck in deep. Stoichevsky in pursuit. It's lifted off the glass. Still up for grabs. McKittrick wins. Abdella shoots wide off the backboard. Zinchenko surveys up top for Bedard. Dancing, shoots, knocked down McKittrick. Now Stoichevsky dragged. Couldn't get the shot off. And Stoichevsky took a penalty. Got his stick up high and clipped Stephen Ford. So Brandon Stoichevsky to the penalty box. And the first man advantage of the night goes to Elmira. River Sharks last night on the power play scored twice at Watertown. They're 6th in the league, converting about 22% of the time. As for the hat-tricks penalty kill, they're 5th in the FPHL, 80%. Their 4 shorthanded goals are 2nd in the league. The issue, recently it's been a bit of a problem area. 3 power play goals against it last night in Binghamton. 7 power play goals allowed in the last 5 games. Media timeout here at First Arena. No score, 14:31 to go, first period. Right here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Folks, TK's American Cafe on White Street in Danbury. Stop by TK's and try one of their 76 amazing wing flavors. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. Danbury Parking Authority. Park in the Patriot Garage across the street from the Danbury Ice Arena. It's safe, secure, and legal. Make sure the only ticket you get is to the game. Danbury Chiropractic and Wellness. Dr. Jared DiLorenzo is a proud member of the Danbury Hat-Tricks medical team. Stop by and see them on North Street in downtown Danbury. Feeling Good's an option, and they can get you there. Buzz 8 Appliance Scratch and Dent Outlet is the local leader for appliances and household wares. You like to eat, they have a fridge. You want clean clothes, they've got a washer. They got it all, it's Buzz 8 Appliance. Coltec, the founder of Plastic Chamber Technology, is headquartered locally in Brookfield. Coltec is family-owned and operated with experience in the drainage industry dating back to the 50s. When you're talking drainage and stormwater, Coltec is the world leader. Contact them today at coltec.com. River Sharks power play. Brandon Stoichevsky in the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. He clipped Ford up high. Available puck, far corner. Emerging with it, trying to go low to high. Hat-tricks take it away, and Brown sails at the length. It's a double minor on Stoichevsky. There was blood. Hat-tricks have killed off 45 seconds. Tetro corrals, smashes it off the glass, kept in at the right point. It's Cody Rogers. Scrummed forward in the near corner. Tetro triple teamed, and Johnny Ruiz comes away with it for the hat-tricks. The captain gliding over center, shoots, steered to the far corner. Ruiz plays it back. Abdella pressured by Klink, who goes near side for Bedard. Fresh off the bench, Falanga, elevated pass through him. Falanga and Wilson battling behind the net. Falanga backs off, and Wilson wheels it up the near side. River Sharks in the offensive zone, cross corner dump. Directs to the near side, Gulo and Bedard. Bedard whacks it with the right glove. And River Sharks reset with 2:15 left on the double minor, high sticking. Stoichevsky in the box. Zinchenko with Falanga, Abdella, and Bedard. Stick lift from Zinchenko, push towards goal. Falanga scoops it up, comes from behind the net. Backhander through center, hoping for Zinchenko. Puck touched with a high stick. And a whistle. Hat-tricks trying to correct their penalty kill. It was listed that the Hat-tricks allowed 3 power play goals last night. I don't believe that's true. I think they gave up 2 power play goals. The first goal was slotted as a power play goal for Binghamton last night, but it was coincidental penalties. Brown had taken 2, and the Black Bears had taken 2. So it was all even, but it was listed as a power play goal, and that's what the numbers say, so we'll go with it. And as a result, that's how you get 7 power play goals against in the last 5 games. Hat trick's a minute 20 from killing off the double minor. Touched through center by Ford. Played backwards, pushed by Klink, who has 10 goals in 8 games as a River Shark, including 5 last night against Watertown. Wilson to the near side. Darius Davidson cuts middle. Lifted the stick, the shot save. Rebound, glove stop, McCullum. In a full split, he stopped the second opportunity with Ford standing right in front. The puck slid near the crease. McCullum made the first save, and more importantly, the second one, as Ford just missed, making this 1-0 on the power play. Connor McCullum doing Connor McCullum things. Starting again after getting some rest last night. He makes the save on a snapshot from the point. Another whistle. 39 ticks on the power play. Shots 5-3 Elmira. Game 2 of this New York State weekend series for the Hat-Tricks. 4-2 loss in Binghamton last night. Trying to regroup tonight. Rogers, left point, goes across. Elmira sets up in the offensive zone. Off the boards, his shot over the net. Ricochets off the glass. Abdella tripped up behind the net. A penalty. And things will even up for the next 21 seconds, barring any additional penalties. River Sharks arguing that Abdella fell down on his own. Elijah Wilson to the box. 4-on-4 hockey for 21 seconds. Then Stoichevsky is released, and the Hat-Tricks head to the power play. Hat-Tricks have Falanga, Dabrowski, Pamelayan, and Tetro on the ice. Here's Klink streaking in, tried to tuck one under the bar. McCullum made the save. Emerging with it, Tetro hit up high, delayed penalty upcoming. Hat-Tricks in the offensive zone. Drop for Dabrowski, right side, slides middle. It was deflected. Dabrowski keeps possession, falls down. Falanga has control in a battle behind the net. Puck is touched up. The Hat-Tricks, who were already on a 5-on-4 after Stoichevsky exited the penalty box, will now go on the 5-on-3 for the next minute and 32 seconds. So the Hat-Tricks, who have just 3 shots in this game, about midway through the first period, head to the power play. Mentioned the struggles last in the league on the man advantage, but did crack the code last night. 1 goal on 7 tries against Binghamton, and 3 for their last 23. Cunningham has 2 of the goals. McKittrick, a garbage time challenge in the third. He has it here, net side. Zinchenko flung it wide. Fan on the first try, and then the backhander whizzed wide. Zinchenko has it back right side. Up top for Ratcliffe, across Ruiz. Slap shot, wide. Off the backboard, Zinchenko. Below the goal line, McKittrick. Back to Zinchenko. Up top, Ratcliffe looks. Far side, McKittrick in the middle. Cunningham shot! Chested down by Bernard. No rebound and the whistle. With 9:47 remaining first period, no score. And the second power play unit on the ice for the Hat-Tricks. Stoichevsky, Falanga, Di Nicola, Dabrowski, and Pamelayan. as we've hit our second media timeout here in First Arena. No score between the River Sharks and Hat-Tricks on a Saturday night from Elmira. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Folks, Coca-Cola, the official beverage of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Our Coke will make you smile. Fairfield County Bank, the official bank of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. It's where the Hat-Tricks bank and the tellers wear the Danbury Hat-Tricks top hat. Fairfield County Bank is the hometown bank of the Danbury Hat-Tricks and are proud to support their hometown team. Is your youth team interested in playing in front of 2,000 plus Hat-Tricks fans? Well, they can through the Mites on Ice program. Players will participate in a 5-minute mini game between the first and second periods of a Hat-Tricks game. Players also receive a complimentary ticket to the game, plus other exclusive benefits. Email me, Doug Latuca, to get involved. Doug@DanburyHattricks.com. Texas Roadhouse, located on Newtown Road in Danbury, opened its doors locally in 2017 and is known for hand-cut steaks, cactus blossom fall-off-the-bone ribs made from scratch sides, and fresh baked bread. The restaurant prides itself on its legendary food, legendary service, and legendary fun. That's Texas Roadhouse on Newtown Road. Hat-Tricks to the power play. Still 55 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Dabrowski in pursuit. Spins off a check. Stoichevsky flips it for Falanga. DiNicola with some room. Low left side, Stoichevsky. In the middle, Dabrowski shoots off a stick. Stoichevsky for Falanga. Back to Falanga at the right circle. Hat-Tricks creeping to the net. DiNicola down low, Falanga across. Stick the side by Bernard. And DiNicola keeps it at the left point with 15 on this 5-on-3. Stoichevsky up top, Pamelayan shoots. Stopped. Back for DiNicola. Pamelayan at the right circle. Walks, moves, pass down low. They score! Stoichevsky taps it home. Hat-Tricks capitalize on the power play, and it's 1-0 with 8:56 to go here in the first. A beautiful feed from Pamelayan to Stoichevsky. 1-0 Hat-Tricks, under 9 to play in the first period. And for Stoichevsky, he had just 2 points in his last 6 games. He gets the power play goal here, his 6th goal of the season, first on the man advantage, and his 3rd goal against Elmira this season in 3 games. Hat-Tricks still on the power play for the next 15 seconds as they capitalize on a 5-on-3. Ruiz passed down low, deflected on by Cunningham, and gobbled up by Bernard. So Brandon Stoichevsky breaking through for the Hat-Tricks. Big goal for Danbury after a bit of a disappointing performance last night in Binghamton, where they were down 2-0 midway through the 3rd period. They strike first here at First Arena in Elmira, and Hat-Tricks wanted another penalty on Elmira, but the refs deemed that the puck was deflected out of play, therefore no penalty for delay of game. Still 3 seconds left on Klink's penalty. Hat-Tricks had the 5-on-3 because Elijah Wilson was in the penalty box at 9:08 for tripping. Stephen Klink followed him into the box about 20 seconds later at 9:36, a high sticking minor. And the Hat-Tricks strike first. Brandon Stoichevsky on the power play at 11:04 from Zach Pamelayan. As the Hat-Tricks power play is starting to look a lot better as of late. Pass across, Ruiz fires, blocked and out of play. And now I am trying to find the ruling on why Rogers is in the penalty box for Elmira. Now, did the refs say it was delay of game? I believe they did. So the Hat-Tricks are right back on the power play. At first, the ref said it was tipped. Meanwhile, Ratcliffe shoots into the glove of Bernard as we try and get the official wording on the penalties. Nothing has been put into the live stats, but the Hat-Tricks are on the power play for 1 minute and 42 seconds. And in the penalty box is Cody Rogers. So without the official note, I'm going to tell you it's a delay of game. So the Hat-Tricks, who had scored on the 5-on-3, they're 1 for 2 on the man advantage tonight, are right back to the 5-on-4. McKittrick with Cunningham, Ruiz, Zinchenko, and Ratcliffe. McKittrick scoops up a free puck, turns in the far corner. Ruiz, low left side. Up top, Ratcliffe. Back for Ruiz, who walks down low. McKittrick trying to stuff in try. And Bernard made the save. And after the whistle, a couple players went down. Hat-Tricks thought the puck was in. A couple of them had celebrated that the puck was in the net. Referees came over. And we will see if any additional penalties arise from the after the whistle roughhousing. Cunningham's helmet is off, and he has been sent to the locker room. Now, it was right after the whistle had been blown because Cunningham had the poke after the whistle. So they haven't shown a replay quite yet, as we still wait on the reading. We will get the official word on what the penalties are. They have not been handed out yet.
We have a penalty on number 17, Danbury Hat-Tricks, Corey Cunningham, 5 minutes for that penalty. That's 12:32.
It's a 5-minute penalty on Corey Cunningham. I couldn't quite hear what the penalty was for. It must be, oh, it's kicking a player. He kicked a player. We haven't seen the replay yet. I mean, my goodness. The refs had to jump in quickly as Elmira was not happy that Cunningham had apparently kicked somebody. You don't see that one every day. And the Hat-Tricks will now give up their power play. It is a 4-on-4 for the next minute from the carryover from the penalty to Rogers for the delay of game. So once that 58 seconds comes off the clock, Elmira goes to the power play for about 4 minutes. So a crazy turn. Hat-Tricks given a couple chances on the power play. They score 5-on-3. Then it looked like they were about to score again, had good puck possession and movement in the offensive zone. And then a 5-minute penalty to Corey Cunningham, who has been one of the Hat-Tricks' best scoring options in his first 5 games as a Hat-Trick. He goes to the locker room. And now an outlet for Wilson. Breakaway is shot. Tetro got back and nullified the opportunity. Elmira keeps it alive. Rasmus Asp playing it from high to low. Klink through the legs of McKittrick. Got his stick on it. Asp spinning out of trouble. Along the blue line, Asp, the lefty on his backhand. Worked on by Pamelayan. Free puck, Wilson. Asp and Pamelayan got tangled up in the far corner. And a penalty on Asp. So these teams just trading penalties back and forth. So we go back to 4-on-4 hockey. There's still 3:59 on Cunningham's 5-minute major for kicking a player. Asp to the box for 2 minutes. And once he exits the penalty box, it will still be an Elmira power play for 2 minutes. So the Hat-Tricks will take that, especially on their penalty kill. A little bit of a breather. And they'll go 4-on-4. So an odd start to this game. Hat-Tricks with the lone goal. Brendan Stoychevsky on the power play at 11:04 from Zach Pamelayan. And off the face-off, another penalty. The parade to the penalty box doesn't stop here in the first period. Klink sits. This is a scorekeeper's worst nightmare. Rasmus Asp is in the box for interference at 13:33. And now at 13:36, Stephen Klink sits in the penalty box. It's 4-on-4 as the Hat-Tricks have lost Corey Cunningham for kicking a player. Hat-Tricks on the power play. Zinchenko, low left side, Ruiz. Up top, Ratcliffe. Walk, shoots, save Bernard. So although Cunningham had that 5-minute major, the Hat-Tricks are on the man advantage for 1:46. It's a 5-on-3 for 1:43, and 3 seconds of 5-on-4. Off the draw, Elmira shoots it down the ice. Once the River Sharks penalties end, the Hat-Tricks will go right back on the kill. But a great opportunity for Danbury to strike again on the power play they already have. Down low, a mini 2-on-1. McKittrick to the net, lifted it up and out of play. Wanted to go up high on Bernard and skied it into the netting. Hat-Tricks make changes to their 4-man unit. Stoychevsky with Dabrowski, Brown, and Pamelayan. What a crazy start to this first period. Elmira has taken 5 penalties. The Hat-Tricks have taken 2, but Corey Cunningham kicked the player at 13:32. Match penalty. Dabrowski shoots, clanks off the back glass. Pamelayan grabbed it with his glove, has it back below the goal line. Sauce is one. It's lifted, nearly a delay of game, but the puck stayed in off the glass. Pamelayan center point for Stoychevsky. Creeps in, back up top for Pamelayan, has plenty of real estate, dishes off Dabrowski, back for Pamelayan. He walks middle, shoots, wide, Brown in front. Stoychevsky across, Dabrowski fires, and Bernard square. A little juggle, and then a cover with 45 ticks on this. Hat-Tricks 5-on-3. Interference, the call on Klink. The same was on Asp. The 2 penalties, 3 seconds apart at 13:33 and 13:36. That's how the Hat-Tricks have this 4-on-3 power play. DiNicola serving Cunningham's penalty. Cunningham is done for the night. McKittrick straight away for Ratcliffe. Far side, Ruiz fires. Another stop from Bernard. Available puck, far corner. Brown tied up. Ruiz comes away with it. Feeds it for Ratcliffe. Tape to tape, Ruiz. Turns it back from low to high. McKittrick, right side. Moves, shoots. Bernard got a piece of the glove on it. And Ratcliffe retrieves. Ratcliffe turns out of trouble. Hacked from behind. whistles, and penalty. This time against the Hat-Tricks. Steve Brown in the box. Interference. So the 4-on-3 now turns back to even. It's a 3-on-3. We're at the media timeout with 4:36 left. First period, 1-0 Hat-Tricks. And it's penalty after penalty with these two teams as we are crawling to the finish line of this first period. It's 1-0 Hat-Tricks, under 5 to play here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. La Quinta for a comfortable stay with great amenities. The only choice is the La Quinta by Wyndham in Danbury. As for the Hat-Tricks friends and family rate, you can't beat it. La Quinta. Diversified Printing Solutions in Danbury is the Hat-Tricks official printing partner. If you want it printed, call Tina and let them get it inked up for you. DPS Printing Solutions. They can do it all. Locally owned and printed on paper from Connecticut trees. Dr. Matt Hartsburg's an official member of the Danbury Hat-Tricks medical team. Hartsburg Chiropractic is cutting-edge chiropractic care right here in your backyard. Check out Hartsburg Chiropractic and get on the road to a pain-free hockey season. Blue Light Electric is a proud sponsor of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Blue Light Electric happily provides service to all parts of Connecticut, performing high-quality electrical work for residential and commercial properties, and are always accepting new customers. And New Haven Nighthawk Brewing, brewed right here in Connecticut and featured at the Rabbit Hole in the Danbury Arena. New Haven Night Brewing Company is the beverage of choice at the Danbury Arena. Grab a cold one and party like you're in the Elm City. Hat-Tricks in Elmira, second game on the road. Second game in New York State this weekend. Hat-Tricks falling 4-2 last night in Binghamton. They hold a 1-0 lead. 4:36 remaining first period. Shots 12-6 Hat-Tricks. 3-on-3 hockey, and off the draw, Wilson flips one off the glove of McCullum. We'll play 3-on-3. Now 4-on-3. And now 5-on-3. So that was quick. Two players hop out of the box within 3 seconds of each other, and Elmira on a 5-on-3 for the next minute and 30 seconds. Klink, near circle, down low, and the pass deflected out of play. Klink looking for Wilson near the right post. Abdella got his stick on it and lifted it into the netting. Big kill opportunity for the Hat-Tricks so far. Danbury with the lone goal on the power play. Brandon Stoichevsky at 11:04 of the period. Elmira has had a couple chances on the man advantage, unsuccessful thus far. Rogers, low left side for Klink to Wilson and return to Klink. Klink, who scored 5 goals last night. In front, they score! Houston Wilson didn't have to do much. Got body position in front, got his stick on it, and pushed it past McCullum. We're tied at 1. So the Hat-Tricks undisciplined in this first period. We played even for quite some time, but the carryover from Corey Cunningham's 5-minute match penalty for kicking a player and Steve Brown's interference in front of the net while the Hat-Tricks were on the power play results in Elmira getting on the board for the first time tonight. Houston Wilson, his 8th of the season. 10th point for the River Sharks forward. And Elmira on the power play for the next minute, trying to take the lead. Point shot fought off by McCullum. Klink, near side, switching spots, walks the line for Wilson. Low right corner. Straight away, shot blocked by Ruiz, who springs the other way. Ratcliffe on his left. Ruiz speeds up the near side, shields off a check, Ruiz goes backwards with it for Tetro, but Klink is in the area. Tetro steps up, an opportunity for the River Sharks. Bedard cuts over, knocks down Davidson, and the puck trickles in on McCullum, who covers with 28 ticks on the Cunningham penalty. And under 3 left in the first. A wild first period in this game. Elmira has taken 5 penalties. Hat-tricks have taken 3. And it's not just the penalties, but it's the severity of the penalties. Corey Cunningham, one of the Hat-tricks' top offensive producers, he's gone from the game, kicked a player. Wilson with the goal from Klink at 16-14. Both goals in this period on the power play. For Klink, another point, his 20th of the season. 10th assist in 9 games with the River Sharks. As Elmira continues to climb its way out of the cellar of the Empire Division. They've won 2 in a row. Started to play a lot better hockey after they started the season their best open to a year in Elmira hockey history. It was the Mammoth last year who struggled. They did sneak into the playoffs, but they struggled for sure. And the River Sharks got off to a hot start, then lost a bunch of games, and have found something here. Hat-tricks hoping to get back in the win column after their 2-game win streak was snapped last night. Outlet for DiNicola, left side at the circle. DiNicola shoots into the glove of Bernard, and he covers. Back to even with 1:33 left, first period. Tied at 1, shots 14-8 Hat-tricks. Hat-tricks have hovered around 500 most of this season. Just haven't gotten on that hot streak and head coach Billy McCreary is hoping will eventually happen. He's said it countless times. He doesn't think his team is even close to the potential and the way they want to play. And for a team that lost just 10 games last season, they're already at 10 this year if you count the 2 in extra time. It just trying to adjust to a new roster and new expectations for the defending Commissioner's Cup champions. A minute to play, opening period.
1 minute to play left in the first period.
Tied at 1, Pamelayan paired with Bedard. Ruiz on the ice with Ratcliffe and McKittrick. Line shuffling with Cunningham in the locker room. Puck directed off the boards. Flung forward. Pitched in by Luke Richards, the former hat-trick. McCullum out of the net. Klink and Pamelayan jostle for it behind the cage. Ratcliffe comes away with it, gets pressured, falls down. Bedard takes it and turbos up the far side. Zigzagging through center, Bedard chips it off the boards to himself, lifts the stick, gets back on it. Drop pass for Falanga, who was in front of him, keeping it at the point. A shot from DiNicola went wide. Falanga back into the middle. DiNicola off his stick. Didn't get much oomph on that shot. And the Hat-tricks reset with 5 seconds. Dabrowski, one last chance. Dabrowski shoots. Saved by Bernard. And that's it for the opening 20. Certainly an entertaining period. A lot of penalties on both sides. 5 from Elmira, 3 from the Hat-tricks. Corey Cunningham's night over. He kicked a player at 12:32 of this period. So the Hat-tricks with a hole to fill. Top line left wing, who will play with Ruiz and Ratcliffe. It appeared that McKittrick was elevated, but we'll see how the Hat-tricks started off in period number 2. Danbury got the scoring started at 11:04. Brandon Stoichevsky on the power play. Zachary Pamelayan was at the right point, filtered a pass to the low left side, and Stoichevsky tapped it home past the right pad of Sammy Bernard. 5 minutes later, Elmira answered with a power play goal of its own. Houston Wilson, very similar to Stoychevsky's goal. Instead, Klink was in the left corner. Tape-to-tape pass with Wilson, who nudged it past the left pad of hat-trick starting netminder Connor McCullum. And that's where we stand. 1-1 after 20 at First Arena in Elmira, New York. We will step aside. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you, yeah.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jared. We're at the Rivery Brewery right now, helping them pack up some cans.
Yep, trying this beautiful specialty New England IPA that you can get.
Hey Zach, throw me a beer.
You got it, buddy.
Oh. I gotta catch those. I gotta work on my hands.
This guy.
Musical chairs here at First Arena in Elmira, New York. 20 minutes down. Hat-Tricks 1, River Sharks 1. Both goals on the power play. Shots 15-9 in that first period. About 13 minutes until we get going on period number 2. But while we're in a stoppage, let's chat about the Hat-Tricks promotions next weekend. Friday night, December 22nd, and Saturday night, December 23rd. Friday night at 7:30, you have two promotions. The first off, the Ugly Sweater Contest. This is a great opportunity to show some holiday spirit, dust off the ugly sweater that you've been waiting to wear all year long. Registration's free. When you register, you get a complimentary ticket and beverage to the Hat-Tricks and Port Huron Prowlers for that Friday night's game. The winner of the Ugly Sweater Contest receives a $100 gift card from the Hat-Tricks. The winner will be determined by a fan vote very similar to the Halloween costume contest that was hosted back in October. If you're interested in that promotion, register at danburyhattricks.com/sweater. You register to get a complimentary ticket and beverage. Winner receives a $100 gift card. That same night, the Hat-Tricks are holding a gingerbread making contest. Same night, different promotion. Winner receives a team jersey. To register, danburyhattricks.com/gingerbread. So for the Ugly Sweater Contests, it's danburyhattricks.com/sweater. For the gingerbread making contest, it's danburyhattricks.com/gingerbread. 7:30 Friday night, Hat-Tricks and Prowlers from the Danbury Arena. The following night, the 23rd, a 7 o'clock puck drop. It is Coaches Appreciation Night at the Danbury Arena, sponsored by Vision Designs and our friends at Coca-Cola. Registration for that also free. Coaches who register receive a complimentary beverage and ticket to the game. You guessed it, it starts with danburyhattricks.com, but it's /coach. danburyhattricks.com/coach to register for that night. Hat-Tricks and Prowlers, game 2 of that 2-game home series for the Hat-Tricks next weekend. Lots of fun promotions. We want you to get involved. Plenty to look over on danburyhattricks.com. If you were not aware, our game day tab has the link right to our YouTube channel here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. It has line charts for every game. Tonight's lines against Elmira are up and available, and the media guide for this season is also available for those who are interested. Tie game, 1-1 after one period of play. Hat-Tricks and River Sharks will step aside and then come on back to get you set for period number 2 from Elmira. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
And Elmira River Sharks fans, if you can't make it to one of the home games or they are away, you can always catch everything at Elmira River Sharks on our YouTube page. Just search Elmira River Sharks and at ElmiraRiverSharks.com.
welcome you back inside First Arena in Elmira, New York. Doug Latuca with you here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Start of the second period, 1-1 after one. Shots 15-9 Hat-Tricks. And we will start the period 5-on-5 after both teams were on the power play numerous times. 7 total penalties called, 5 against the River Sharks, 3 against the Hat-Tricks. Elmira scoring on the power play to tie the game at 16-14. Houston Wilson from Stephen Klink. Hat-Trick started the scoring at 11:04. Brandon Stoichevsky from Zachary Pomalayan. They've added an assist to Nick DiNicola on that score. That's how the party started. For Wilson, he now has 3 power play goals in 3 games. In his last 3 games. We are underway in period number 2. Hat-Tricks start with Johnny Ruiz, Nick DiNicola, and Jacob Ratcliffe, Zach Pomalayan, and Steve Brown on defense. So the answer to the question of who will replace Corey Cunningham on the top line left wing is answered with DiNicola. Here's Ruiz, backhander into the glove of Bernard, and he covers. 34 seconds in, Hat-Tricks with a great opportunity. Corey Cunningham ejected from the game at 12:32 of that first period for kicking a player. Was assessed a 5-minute match penalty. So the Hat-Tricks, who were already playing shorthanded, typically have an extra forward dressed and 6 defensemen, came in with 5 defensemen and 3 lines of forwards. So only 14 players dressed for the Hat-Tricks tonight. Have lost Corey Cunningham. I'll have to dig deep here. It's Dabrowski, Falanga, and Zinchenko on. Cross-ice pass through Klink, off the boards, and McCullum covers. 1 minute and 18 seconds in to this second period. Hat-Tricks and River Sharks, 3rd meeting of 12 this season and the 3rd straight here in Elmira. The 2 teams play the next 2 head-to-head matchups here at First Arena before the Hat-Tricks on the 10th of February get their first crack at the River Sharks in the Danbury Arena. They'll battle it out on January 5th and February 9th, both Friday nights here in Elmira, and then February 10th in Danbury. River Sharks in their inaugural season. Last year it was the Elmira Mammoth, now the Elmira River Sharks. Hat-Tricks lead the season series 2-0. Stoichevsky into the offensive zone, right side of the backhand, rips it on goal, and Bernard chests it down and got the handle with the glove. A bit of a tricky shot from Brandon Stoichevsky, who had the Hat-Tricks lone goal in the first period. Off the face-off. It's angled off the boards, all the way down, and an icing. Another offensive zone face-off upcoming for the Hat-Tricks, and on hops Ruiz, Dabrowski, and Ratcliffe. Hat-Tricks with only 13 players to work with, 5 of them defensemen, with Chase Harwell out of the lineup tonight. Corey Cunningham ejected. Also worth mentioning, Jared Yao suspended for a game last night for an incident in Binghamton. And John McDonald is in the SPHL. His second game missed, as he did not make the trip with the Hat-Tricks. We wish him good luck in the Southern Professional Hockey League. Puck is wheeled around and chipped into the first couple rows of seats behind the Hat-Tricks bench. And another face-off. Choppy start to period number 2. 2:10 gone in the frame. Hat-Tricks with points in 4 of their last 6 games. 7 of a possible 15. As for Elmira, they've won back-to-back games. Off the draw, Abdella floats one towards goal, went wide. Ford touches it on and through center. It's flubbed in. McCullum plays it for Abdella, who lifts the stick. And he clipped Luke Richards up high. We mentioned the number of penalties we saw in the first period. 8 of them. 5 from Elmira, 3 from Danbury, and our first infraction of the second. Xavier Abdella. 2 minutes and 25 seconds in. Sits in the sin bin. Both teams have a power play goal in this one. McKittrick chips and races after it. It's a 2-minute high sticking penalty for Abdella. We saw a double minor high sticking on Stoichevsky back in the first period. Puck is off the boards all the way down. Hat-Tricks wanted an icing. They didn't get it. Almost turned into a big mistake by Elmira, icing the puck on the power play, but the officials bailed them out, did not call it. And the River Sharks set up and now have iced the puck. So they call this one as Wilson banked it off the boards. So the Hat-Tricks get the face-off in the offensive zone after all. Just about a minute late. Falanga with Zinchenko, Bedard, and Brown. Still have to kill a minute, 10 seconds off of the Abdella trip. Shots are 18-9 Hat-Tricks. Off the end boards, trickles in on goal, and McCullum puts his blocker over it and halts play. Fans, JJ Stacks. Do you want food and fun? JJ Stacks in Brookfield features burgers, wings, shakes, ice cream, and mini golf. Check out the menu and spoil yourself. Take the trip down Federal Road and stack it. Off the face-off, a race. Brown pressed up along the glass. It's out to the right point. Pickford to Wilson. Back for Pickford. Walk, shoots high. Rebound blocked by Brown, who was sliding down on one knee, prevented the goal. River Sharks keep it alive. Wilson shoots off a stick. Near side with 35 ticks on the power play. Low right corner for Wilson. Up top, Pickford. To the far side. Passing to the middle. Spin, shot, blocked. Zinchenko lifted the stick. Brown nullified the chance as well. And the Hat-Tricks clear. 20 seconds left on the power play. Elmira quickly up. Wilson right side, cuts middle, shoots wide of the left post. It rims to the blue line. Hat-Tricks clear, but Klink pushes it right back in. Klink drops off. Up top, Rogers across Wilson, across the slot. Misconnects. Hat-Tricks back to even. Elmira still in the offensive zone. Puck below the goal line. Off the boards to Wilson. Low right side, Richards. Switching spots with Wilson. Rims it below the goal line. Abdella with a shove. Ruiz chops it. Kept at the line by Rogers. That is Cody Rogers, the defenseman. And Tetro at the red line. One hands it into the zone. Still on it. Backhander just wide. Nearly snuck inside the near post. Falanga trying to control the juggling puck. Instead, Tetro retrieves, dumps in, hits off of Wilson. River Sharks in the midst of a change, and Wilson up the left wing. Curls back, passes middle, free puck, slides through the crease. It's flung back into the middle and out to neutral ice, where the River Sharks turn it quickly. It's catapulted in by Nick Gulo for the River Sharks. Sam Tetro to Zach Pamelayan. They play catch. Tetro camped out behind the net. 5:40 gone, second period. Tie game. Dabrowski angles off the boards for DiNicola. Toe drag, touch pass Dabrowski. Fights off a check, loses his footing. DiNicola near side in a battle with Elijah Wilson. Puck sent back in by the Hat-Tricks. It's directed off the boards, pinching Falanga. Hat-Tricks clank it back in. More than 6 gone in this second period. Shot still 18-9 Hat-Tricks. Dabrowski takes the puck away. Stoichevsky peeling in the near corner. Up top Abdella. Far side Bedard controls, shoots wide. Ricochets in front, and Bernard, while falling down, covers the puck and gets a whistle. With 13:31, the reading on the clock, second period. 1-1, River Sharks and Hat-Tricks in Elmira, game 2 of the weekend for Danbury as it tries to split this New York State road trip. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Folks, Stony Hill Dental Care has served as the leader and preferred provider of dental care in Bethel, Connecticut. Go see Dr. K. He'll make you look like $1 million and feel like it too. The official team dentist of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Vision Designs, the official merchandiser of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Vision Designs is a full-service screen printing, embroidery, signage, and promotional company, locally owned and operated in Brookfield. Vision Designs is the hometown company with the national power. Check them out at visiondesignsct.com. Decker Tool Rental is the official full-service equipment rental shop, providing a complete line of quality equipment to all types of contractors, tradesmen, and do-it-yourselfers. Visit them today at 84 Federal Road in Danbury or on the web at deckertoolrental.com. Kafala Coffee, real coffee, good coffee. No, guys, it's great coffee, plus hot chocolate right on the concourse level at the Danbury Ice Arena. Kafala Coffee, stay warm this winter. Face off to the left of Elmira netminder Sammy Bernard. Stoichevsky with Zinchenko and McKittrick. Bedard and Abdella on the back end. Officials chatting, ready for the face-off. One clean back by Luke Richards of the River Sharks. Bedard in a foot race, leaves the puck off, turns it over to Klink. Klink, the righty on his backhand, wheels it on the forehand below the goal line. Bedard wins the battle. Hat-Tricks sail it out through center. Falling down was Pickford. Available puck at the blue line. And Darius Davidson wanted to go on the offense, had his pocket pick. Zinchenko dropped for Stoichevsky. Back inside Zinchenko, it directs to Abdella, who shoots, blocker save. Springboards back out for Abdella, but he was retreating. Elmira gets it out to center. Bedard flings it forward. Icing waved off. Behind the play, Zinchenko lost an edge. He races to the bench. Elmira with some space to evacuate the zone. Rogers intercepted at center. Elmira gets it back. Flips it into the near corner. Pamelayan pressured by Elijah Wilson. Reversing. There's Houston Wilson. Hat-Tricks prevail, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Ruiz right up the gut, far side Dabrowski back for Ratcliffe. Moves, shoots, wide. Ruiz on the rebound. Couldn't uncork it. Dabrowski takes the puck back, flicks one on. Bedard handles it to the near corner. River Shark faithful getting into it here at First Arena. Both teams were on the road last night. Hat-Tricks in Binghamton, River Sharks in Watertown. Hat-Tricks falling 4-2 to Binghamton. Bit of a theme for the Hat-Tricks this season against the Black Bears. Just one win in 7 tries. They will play each other another 10 times. As for Elmira, winners in Watertown 8-5. The River Sharks went on a scoring spree early on, had 5 goals. Here's Falanga in, backhander off the waffle of Bernard. Hat-trick still in the offensive zone, and a hand pass is called on the Hat-tricks. Stopping play. If you're just joining us, Hat-tricks and River Sharks for the second time, for the third time this season. Hat-tricks 2-0 against the River Sharks thus far. Both games coming here at First Arena. Hat-tricks struck first. Stojchevsky on the power play, answered about 5 minutes later by Houston Wilson. Also a power play goal. Hat-tricks forward Corey Cunningham ejected in the first period for kicking a player. Chase Harwell also not in the lineup, so the Hat-tricks depleted up front, and Jared Yao suspended last night in Binghamton. They have just 13 players available for the remaining 2 periods. DiNicola turning in the far corner, centers. It's taken away, and Elmira goes from left to right. McCullum out of the net, directs it off the boards. Right point shot flutters into the glove of McCullum, and no rebound. We played a little more than 9 minutes in this second period. Hat-tricks with 21 shots on Bernard. The Elmira goaltender has made 20 saves. This is 3rd start. He's taken over the net for Elmira. Allowed just 1 goal last night against Watertown. Centering pass off the stick. Ratcliffe rubbed off in front of the Elmira bench. Play ruled offsides as the River Sharks entered again. Ratcliffe hit off that awkward portion of the boards right near the Elmira bench. Hat-tricks change it up. Ruiz, Dabrowski, and DiNicola. Abdella and Brown on the back end. Ruiz wins the draw clean. D-to-D Abdella. Elevated pass over the blade of Dabrowski. Brown recoils, kisses it off the glass. It's gloved down and slapped back in by MJ Markle. Brown, headman pass for Ruiz. Plenty of room right wing. Ruiz for Dabrowski, offsides. DiNicola astride ahead of the play. In the intermission, mentioned the Hat-tricks back home for 2 games against Port Huron. Only 2 times the Hat-tricks play the Prowlers 5 times this season. They'll play 3 in Danbury in March. All 5 games at home against Port Huron for the Hat-tricks. But next Friday and Saturday, promotions, ugly sweater contest, gingerbread making contest, and coaches appreciation night. Both contests are on Friday night. The coaches night is Saturday. Be sure to register if you fall within those groups or you want to participate. DanburyHattricks.com underneath the community tab. Also worth noting that, yes, the Hat-tricks play the Prowlers 5 times this season, but it's typically, as the River Sharks ice the puck, it's typically the Black Bears, River Sharks, or Wolves that the Hat-tricks go up against. The Hat-tricks battle the Binghamton. They battled Binghamton 18 times this season. As for Watertown, 13, and Elmira, 12. So you'll see a lot of those 3 teams over the next couple of months as we go down the stretch. Media timeout in Elmira, 1-1 the score. You're watching Hat-tricks Hockey on the Hat-tricks Digital Network. Fans, we're calling all musical performers The Hat-Tricks are still searching for people to perform the national anthem. It's a great opportunity to show off your skills and enjoy some hockey. If you're interested, email me, Doug Latuca, to get involved. Doug@DanburyHattricks.com. Clancy Moving and Relocation. Moving is stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Call Clancy and let them do the heavy lifting for you. Resident and commercial services, plus others such as storage. Remember, Clancy is fancy. Todd Maserati Alfa Romeo of Danbury is the premier automobile partner in the Danbury area. Located on Newtown Road, the Bennett family's been putting the community behind the wheel for over 35 years. Dream big, drive a Maserati or Alfa Romeo. New and pre-owned vehicles available. Let Todd Maserati Alfa Romeo of Danbury be your choice. And Dowler Garage in New Preston, specializing in batteries, brakes, and general service. When you're stuck, you're in luck. Call Mike, so you don't need a bike. That's Dowler Garage. Ozone face-off at the near circle. Falanga and Houston Wilson. Falanga joined by Ratcliffe, Zinchenko, Tetro, and Abdella. Falanga on his backhand. Slides it for Ratcliffe, who's closed off. Ford handing off for Klink, who has speed left side. Goes wide on Abdella, shoots off the stick of Abdella, who comes away with the puck. And leads Ratcliffe. Hat-Tricks with numbers. Into the middle, over the stick of Abdella. Falanga follows, shoots off the end boards. Back up top, Tetro, wrist shot. Deflected by Ratcliffe and out of play. Another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Plenty of room for backup goaltender Liam Murray to sit on the bench. Hat-Tricks dealing with a couple of lineup absences. A rush for Elmira was knocked away as Brown lost the puck at the offensive blue line, raced back, and ended up evening it up. It was a 2-on-1 for Elmira at one point. Hat-Tricks in the offensive zone, batted by Stoichevsky after a couple taps in the air. Gulo and Brown, one-on-one far side. Rimmed below the goal line, taken by Blake Peavy. Worked on by Zach Pamelayan. Up top to the blue line. Hat-Tricks on the offense. McKittrick sliding for DiNicolo, left side into the middle. McKittrick, they whack it, flicks on goal. And Bernard makes the stop with the catching mitt. Another whistle and another face-off. As the Hat-Tricks continue to juggle things. Appears pretty consistent. Ruiz is going to stay with Ratcliffe. Dabrowski's been slotted in on the opposite wing, with Corey Cunningham being tossed from the game at 12:32 of the first period for kicking a player. It was after the whistle, free puck, covered by Bernard, a poke by Cunningham, and then a scrum, and Cunningham ended up kicking a river shark and is done for the day. Davidson up the middle, shoots, ramped off the stick, and into the netting yet again. Hat-Tricks already short-handed tonight. Chase Harwell not with the team. Jared Gow suspended for a game. Altercation last night in Binghamton. That same altercation, well, after it, at least in the penalty box, Nikita Ivashkin of Binghamton, their leading point producer, was suspended 3 games for inappropriate and lewd gestures. We've seen that now twice in a game. Had it back against Motor City at the beginning of December. I'd never heard of that before working here in the FPHL. Bouncing puck in the slot. Ruiz hauled down at the red line. Bedard goes cross corner. Hat-Tricks offsides have to touch up. About 7 minutes left. Middle period, 1-1. Both goals on the power play in the first. Wilson had it for Elmira. He gets a shot from the right circle. Easy one for McCullum. And a whistle. It was Houston Wilson tying the score at 16-14, his third power play goal in his third straight game. 5 minutes prior, Brandon Stoychevsky got one past Bernard, 6th goal of the season, 11th point, and his third goal against the River Sharks this year in 3 games. Pamelayan and DiNicola with the assists. Right point shot, wide. Houston Wilson tied up with Abdella. Falanga closing off a man in the far corner. Zinchenko emerges with it, tied up. Log jam at the high slot, and Abdella filters it out to center. It's punched right back in by Markle. Brown kisses it off the glass. Might have a little bit too much on it. No, it never got below the goal line. Falanga went crashing into the end boards. It sauced through center over the stick of Wilson and an icing. So the Hat-Tricks make a change. Elmira cannot. And an O-zone opportunity for the Hat-Tricks. Great opportunity to mention the Hat-Tricks hosting a holiday party this upcoming Wednesday, the 20th, from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Hat-Tricks Lounge. If you're interested, get your tickets, DanburyHattricks.com. That's where you can get your tickets to games. If you want to RSVP, just email Herm Sorcher, herm@DanburyHattricks.com. Stoychevsky taps it for Bedard. Left point bid was intercepted, and a penalty. It was a delayed penalty. McCullum was halfway to the bench. And gliding to the penalty box is MJ Markle. Hat-Tricks back to the power play. Danbury 1 for 5 in the opening period. Only one penalty committed in this second period prior to Markle's. It was Abdella at 2:25. Markle cross-checking at 13:59. 6th power play opportunity for the Hat-Tricks without Corey Cunningham, who has 2 power play goals for the Hat-Tricks this season. Last time Danbury was in Elmira, Johnny Ruiz scored twice on the power play. One at the end of the second and one at the start of the third. 6 seconds in, right off the opening faceoff. River Sharks clear, 30 gone off the power play. 5:30 left in the period. Hat-Tricks doubling up the River Sharks in shots, 22-11. Last night, the Hat-Tricks allowed 39 shots against. Liam Murray making 35 saves in his debut. Ruiz banks it from McKittrick, slides in down low. DiNicola stopped. Rebound chance off a couple skates. It's available, then covered and whistled dead. After the whistle, McKittrick and DiNicola both tied up in the crease area. Bit of a size mismatch involving DiNicola. And I believe that is Rasmus Asp. Austin Pickford, number 4 for Elmira. Still 1:04 to go. Now the Hat-Tricks power play. Face-off comes out of the Hat-Trick zone. DiNicola off the ice, second unit on. Falanga, Stoychevsky, Brown, Dabrowski, and Pamelayan. And the way the Hat-Tricks are lined up, it appears Brown is going to go right to the front of the net. Hat-Tricks offsides. And we'll have a face-off from the near dot now. Probably a smart move to camp out the 6'2", 230-pound D-man, Steve Brown, in front. He's yet to score a goal in 5 games with the Hat-Tricks this season. Also important to note, it's Brown's 4th game of his 4-game PTO, so the Hat-Tricks with a decision to make there. Falanga in the O-zone. Right point, Pamelayan. Walks up the right wing. Circles back at the circle. Stoichevsky into the middle. Falanga over the net. Off the back glass. Chipped ahead. Houston Wilson with Falanga pestering him from behind. Puck taken away. And Pamelayan dangles through center. Pamelayan. Left side shoots. Glove save. Puck clapped out to center. And after the whistle, Brown coming to the aid of Falanga. It appeared that the Hat-Tricks were going to be awarded another power play. And it is Elijah Wilson this time who heads to the penalty box. It's the media timeout. 1-1 the score. 4:23 to go in this second period, and the Hat-Tricks are headed to a 5-on-3 when we return here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Folks, Peach Wave of Bethel, located on Greenwood Avenue in Bethel. Peach Wave is your place to go for a quality treat. Frozen yogurt and toppings, it doesn't get much better. Catch a wave of Peach One. Reverie Brewing Company is now a featured beverage in the Danbury Ice Arena. Grab a Reverie and don't quit your daydream. When you drink Reverie, anything is possible. Set Fitness is the official gym and training center of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Pump iron or tone up. Join Set Fitness and be the best you. Mitchell, experience the difference. Mitchell has served the community since 1945. Heating oil, propane, and service for your home or business, Mitchell is ready to serve. And Oak Ridge Waste and Recycling has the roots in the community for all of your needs. Residential and commercial, Oak Ridge is the official sanitation partner of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Doug Latuca with you on a Saturday night from Elmira, New York. Thanks so much for tuning in. Danbury trying to get back in the win column. Mention their point streak. They've got points in 4 of the last 6, 7 of a possible 15 points. They had a 2-game winning streak entering last night in Binghamton, lost 4-2.
Let's hear it for everybody up there on the air.
Now trying to start up a new stretch. Locked at 1 with the River Sharks, 4:23 left in the second period, and a great opportunity, 5-on-3 for 22 ticks. Elmira with 2 players in the box. Ratcliffe at the top of this unit with Ruiz. Down low, McKittrick looking for the centering pass for DiNicola, who slapped it wide of the right post. Ricochets out for Ratcliffe. Creeps closer, looks, passes down low, the shot stopped! Zinchenko there on the doorstep. Puck is kept in by Ruiz at the right point. 5-on-4 out of the box, Houston Wilson. Hat-Tricks keep it alive, Ruiz shoots, blocked. Ruiz has it back, a River Shark down in front. McKittrick below the goal line, emerges, looks, turns back in the corner. Up high, Ratcliffe to Ruiz, who moves in for McKittrick, shoots, hit the post. Bernard got a piece as well. A minute 10 on the 5-on-4. Ruiz near side, up top, Ratcliffe, center point. Return for Ruiz, cuts middle, shoots, blocked, bouncer, gloved, rebound into the mitt of Bernard, and he holds on with under a minute to go on the Hat-Tricks power play, 3:22 remaining in this middle period. Hat-Tricks now 1 for 6 on the power play, failing on the 5-on-3. Their 7th chance right here. 59 seconds, second unit on. Falanga, Stoichevsky, Pamelayan, Dabrowski, and Brown. Face off at the right circle. Clean win for the River Sharks. Puck is clanked off the glass. Pamelayan having trouble with it. Does Corral, speeds through center. Opts to swerve off to the left. And here's Houston Wilson. Up the right wing, Bedard back. Wilson shoots. Blocker save McCullum. It's kicked back. Wilson wraparound try. McCullum was there on the far post. And Wilson couldn't get the shot off as he's exhausted and heads back to the Elmira bench. From right to left, Falanga through the legs. Impeded. Elmira clears out to center with 20 ticks on the Hat-Tricks power play. Bouncing puck. Chopped back out to center. Hat-Tricks have numbers with 2 River Sharks back in the neutral zone. Stoichevsky dropping off. Dabrowski was taken down. And now Dabrowski holding onto the stick of Klink. Other way. Shot flung over the goal by Gulo. Stoichevsky at center. Backhand sauce for Falanga. Back to even. Hat-tricks 1 for 7 on the man advantage tonight. Still no goals in the second period. Both scores, 1 apiece in the first, both on the power play. Abdella at the red line with the hat-tricks making changes. In pursuit is Zinchenko. Out of the net, Bernard. Dishes off near side. Off the glass, Abdella keeps. Goes high to low. Below the goal line. Stephen Ford pressured. It springs out to the neutral zone. Tetro drags it to himself. Cuts through 2 River Sharks. Stops back. Cross slot pass. Detected. Swung the other way. Ruiz keeps it. Feeds into the middle. Tetro with some room. Shoots. Blocked. Kneeling Ford. Tetro has it back. Goes cross corner. Springs off the low boards. And Ruiz at center flicks the wrist to Tetro with 1:30 left in this second period. Hat-tricks leading the shot category, 26-12. Abdella harassed from behind. Ruiz had it, lost it. It's dumped back in, and Abdella behind the cage. Filters one for Zinchenko, who gets the red line.
1 minute left.
Slings it in. Elmira quickly the other way. Elijah Wilson, right wing. Sauce pass. McCullum out of the net, steers it to the near corner. Zinchenko kicking it. And clears with 45 to go in this second period. Pocket picked by Ratcliffe. And Stoichevsky looking for Ratcliffe. Misconnects. Hat-tricks make partial changes. Rogers weaving through center. Nicola takes it away. Leading Stoichevsky right side. Stoichevsky pass it in the middle for McKittrick. He was hooked. And the hat-tricks are headed to the power play in the latter stages of this second period. 8th penalty on the River Sharks. A hat-trick so far, 1 for 7 on the power play. I apologize, 1 for 8 on the power play. This their 9th opportunity. 17.7. Second period, tie game. Right circle draw. Ruiz back for Zinchenko up top. It's poked free. A race for it. Peavy one-on-one. Peavy hit the post. It's kicked back towards goal. And the hat-tricks get it out of trouble. McKittrick the other way with 5 for Ruiz with 2. Drop pass. Zinchenko shoots. Didn't get it towards goal. And the horn sounds to end the period. A breakaway chance for Blake Peavy, shorthanded at the end of that second period, and he clanked it off the iron to keep this game knotted at 1. Back and forth we go. A River Sharks team that's starting to find its game, winners of its last 2. The hat-tricks up and down all year. Points in 4 of their last 6, but coming off a loss, the final 20 minutes will determine who will come away with the very important points as things continue to shape out in the Empire Division. River Sharks in 5th place, trying to dig their way out of the cellar. Hat-tricks in 3rd, behind Motor City and Binghamton. 40 minutes gone, 1-1 the score. Hat-tricks and River Sharks from Elmira, New York, on a Saturday night. You're watching Danbury Hat-tricks Hockey on the Hat-tricks Digital Network as we step aside.
heart is a bloom, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you can lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel
Who will go home happy? It's time for the third period from First Arena in Elmira, New York. The Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Elmira River Sharks for the third time this season out of 12. The third straight game in Elmira between these two teams. They'll do it again on January 5th and February 9th from First Arena here in Elmira, and then in Danbury for the first time in the sixth matchup of the season on a Saturday, February 10th in Danbury. In this game tonight, it's 1-1 after 40 minutes of play. Happy you're with us on a Saturday night. Doug Latuca here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. And if you're just joining us, welcome. The only two goals of the game, both scored in the first period. Brandon Stoichevsky on the power play at 11:04, assisted by Zach Pamelayan and Nick DiNicola. Elmira answered 5 minutes later. Houston Wilson, a power play goal, his third in as many games on the power play. And Stephen Klink with the assists. Penalties all over the place. Elmira has taken 8 of them. Hat-tricks are 1 for 7 on the power play, and they start the period on the man advantage following an Elijah Wilson hooking penalty with just 17 seconds remaining in the middle frame. Some absences from the Hat-tricks lineup tonight. Jared Yao suspended 1 game after an incident last night in Binghamton. He'll be back next weekend at home when the Hat-tricks host the Port Huron Prowlers for 2 in Danbury. Chase Harwell also out of the lineup, played last night, not with the team tonight. And Corey Cunningham, most notably out of this game, was tossed from the game at 12:32 of the first period. It was after the whistle. Puck was covered up. Cunningham kicked a player, was given a 5-minute penalty, and ejected from the game. So the Hat-tricks, with just 13 players available, came into the game with just 5 defensemen. Down a forward, with Cunningham out. A minute 43 left on their power play. Shots were 11-3 Hat-tricks in that second period. Let's do it in period 3. 3 points up for grabs in the tight Empire division. Hat-tricks, top power play unit on the ice. Ruiz, Zinchenko, Ratcliffe, McKittrick, and DiNicola. 5 forwards. McKittrick racing after it behind the net. Hands off for Ruiz. Push to the far corner, DiNicola. For Ruiz, wrap around, jumped on him. DiNicola settles below the goal line. 30 seconds into the third period. Till a minute 10 on the power play. Zinchenko cuts middle, shoots wide. But Zinchenko gets there first. The lefty wheels it to the circle. McKittrick shoots high. It hit off the glass, just missing the netting. So we play on, and the River Sharks clear. McCullum out of the net. 50 seconds left on the Elijah Wilson hooking penalty, carried over from the end of the second. Dabrowski with Stoichevsky and Falanga. Self-pass off the boards from Dabrowski. Brown is also out there with Pamelayan. Puck was touched with the hand of a Hat-trick. Then the clear attempt blocked. Whistle was blown. And a face-off coming at that far circle in the Hat-tricks offensive zone. A quick thanks to the Elmira River Sharks for giving us their in-arena feed. That's how we get the camera for our broadcast on the road here at First Arena. So far, so good. In a 1-1 game, early third period. Hat-tricks looking for their second power play goal of the night. They haven't scored a goal since 11:04 of the first. Brown, far corner, banks it off the boards for the Hat-tricks goal scorer, Stoichevsky. Sauce for Pamelayan, power play over Stoichevsky, shoots right pad save, rebound, Dabrowski scores! Sam Dabrowski follows it up, goes over the right shoulder of Bernard, and the Hat-tricks push in front, 2-1, early third. It was at the end of the Hat-tricks power play. Stoichevsky wristed one on goal, right pad saved by Bernard, juicy rebound, and Dabrowski snaps home his 7th goal of the season and his 12th game as a hat-trick. He's got 4 points in his last 6, first goal during that stretch, and points in 9 of his 12 games as a Danbury hat-trick. Hat-tricks looking for more, up by 1, top line on the ice, Ruiz, DiNicola, and Ratcliffe. A little more than 2 minutes gone, and the Hat-tricks have the go-ahead goal. Sam Dabrowski at 1:44, assisted by Brandon Stoichevsky and Michael Falanga. Second point of the night for Stoichevsky. As for Falanga, snaps a 3-game pointless streak. Falanga had 5 points in his first 3 games back from an IR stint that kept him out for quite some time. His last 3, he'd been noticeable, just no points to show for it, and tonight breaks through at the very end of a Hat-Tricks power play. Elmira looking for the equalizer. Up the left wing, Klink swings one in front. He's taken out of the play by Brown. Brown's stick goes flying. Klink is rolling in pain behind the net. And the officials blow the play dead and have stopped the camera feed. That's why you're seeing the shark with the red background. It's 2-1 Hat-Tricks, 2:59 gone, second period. Trainer coming out on the ice nearly took a tumble as he slowly makes his way to check on Stephen Klink, the young star for the River Sharks. 20 points in his first 9 games, assisted on Elmira's only goal of the night on the power play. He scored 5 goals last night against Watertown. And he's down in pain behind the Hat-Tricks net. We'll take a quick break. This is Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Folks, Hat City Physical Therapy is Danbury, Connecticut's leading provider of physical therapy and orthopedic specialists. Their highly skilled and caring team of licensed therapy providers are focused and committed to restoring your health and well-being so that you can return to the life you enjoy. Hope Plumbing offers a full range of commercial and residential services. Their team can assist you in all aspects of any plumbing-related needs you have. You have hope with Hope Plumbing. Klink being helped off the ice by 2 of his teammates. Standing ovation from the fans here at First Arena. They understand the importance of Klink. Hope he's okay as he limps his way to the locker room, favoring his right leg. Face-off set at the near dot just outside the hat-trick zone. Head coach Billy McCreary deploying Michael Falanga, Bonin Zinchenko, and Daniel McKittrick with Xavier Abdella and Steve Brown. Game 3 of 12 between these two sides. Hat-Tricks have taken the first 2 and the last 14 against an Elmira professional team. Went 12-0 against the Elmira Mammoth last year, including 2 in the playoffs. Hat-Tricks at 500 at 8-2. Couple of extra time wins in there. A couple shootout losses for the Hat-Tricks as well. Free puck at the point. Long range shot into the mitt of McCullum. And he covers. So the Hat-Tricks 2 for 8 on the power play tonight. They get the early goal here in the third period. Dabrowski, less than 2 minutes in. And right now, that's the difference maker. Shots are 28-13. Hat-Tricks. Off the draw, Pamelayan directs it off the end boards. Nearly sprung in front. Dabrowski supporting near side. Pushed below the goal line. Gulo spinning. Stoichevsky on his back. He shoots off the stick of McCullum. Plopped down in front. And he halts play. So a Hat-Tricks team that, as we've documented all season, has struggled on the power play, came in last in the league, not even 11% on the man advantage, has 2 goals in 8 tries on the power play. And it's not that the Hat-Tricks haven't been given chances on the man advantage this season. They've been given plenty. But that has sometimes been the difference for the Hat-Tricks. In the offensive zone, a shot from the near wing, fought off with the blocker by McCullum. At the left point, Pickford wrists one into the breadbasket of McCullum. He holds on. And another D-zone face-off upcoming for the Hat-Tricks, and Johnny Ruiz right back on the ice for Danbury. Ruiz with points in 8 straight games. 6 goals, 5 assists, Goals in 4 of his last 6 games. And against Elmira, he has 2 power play goals, that coming in the lone game he played against the River Sharks back on the 18th of November. 2-on-1 hat tricks. McKittrick right side, shoots, save Bernard, and he kicked it to the near side. Ruiz keeps it alive, filters it below the goal line, and Elmira settles. 4.5 gone, third period. Hat tricks 2, River Sharks 1. Saturday Night Hockey in Elmira, New York on the Hat Tricks Digital Network. Up the near side, Markle goes cross corner. It was deflected, so no ice. McCullum on the backhand. Dishes for Tetro. It's sent back in. Abdella emerges and outlets Ruiz up the right side. Got a piece. Icing waved. A race forward in the corner. Posier and Ruiz pass in front. Went just wide. McKittrick on the receiving end of a tape-to-tape Ratcliffe dish. From right to left, the River Sharks. Into the offensive zone, Wilson shoots, save McCullum. Puck springs to the near corner. Still alive, centering bid, cleared, out of play. Deflected, no penalty. So the face-off to the right of McCullum, who was tested with a mid-slot shot. And he came up large. First media timeout of this third period. Hat Tricks in front by 1. You're watching Danbury Hat Tricks Hockey on the Hat Tricks Digital Network. Folks, Kellogg Hardwood Lumber, located in Bethel, adds the hardwoods for any project. They are a kiln-dried hardwood lumber yard and manufacturing facility carrying the highest quality hardwoods available. Flooring, moldings, cabinets, furniture, or whatever you're building, they have the kiln-dried hardwoods you need. Since 1881, Omaha Beef Company has been supplying the Danbury community with meat and beef. Located on Maple Avenue, they're now the featured product in the Danbury Ice Arena. When you say Omaha Beef Company, you mean top of the line. Tixer is the official ticketing partner of the Danbury Hat Tricks and Danbury Ice Arena. Log on and get your seats today. Great service and easy to use. Tri-State Legacy Group is an insurance group that focuses on putting your family needs first. Consult with them today and set your plan for the future. They care about people over products. It's that simple. At Twister's Ice Cream Cafe, located in New Fairfield, Twister's features 32 different flavors of ice cream. This season, they are featured right here in the Danbury Ice Arena. Stop by and visit their stand. Get sprinkled. And folks, if you have a child age 14 or below, you can sign up for the Hat Tricks Kids Club. It's free to join. Exclusive perks given out by the Hat Tricks. Just had the Kids Club Ice Cream Social at Twister's Ice Cream Cafe on Wednesday. Our good friend Miguel Pereira, we appreciate his hospitality on Wednesday. Lots of fun, some laughs and smiles. Next Kids Club event, a free ticket to the Hat Tricks home game on the 30th. Off the face-off, a scrum in front. McCullum made a couple of stops. Available puck in the far corner. Centered, Wilson swings, misses. Zinchenko took it away and can't clear. Right point shot, steer to the far side. Hopping on top is Ford. Pass into the middle. Stolen and iced by the Hat Tricks. 5:45 into this third period. Hat Tricks holding on to a 1-goal lead. D-zone draw, Falanga and Houston Wilson. Near circle, Hat Tricks win it clean. Pamelayan twirling in the near corner. Wills it to Dabrowski. Pamelayan got hit hard in the corner by Elijah Wilson. He glides to the bench. Bedard and Tetro hop on the back end for the Hat Tricks. Falanga, backhand, Zinchenko shoots, save Bernard. Pops into the air below the goal. Zinchenko wins the battle. Centers for Falanga, over his stick. The other way goes Larry Vartanainen. Drops off Ford, back for Lartanainen. One-on-one with Tetro. Intercepted. Ford at the circle. Cross slot pass. Vartanainen slaps one over the net. It rings off the glass. Fresh off the bench. Backhander, left pad save. Peavy with the chance. Tetro fighting off a Peavy check. One-handed for DiNicola. Into the offensive zone. DiNicola at the right circle, shoots, blocked, follow-up, directed into the middle. Available puck. And the other way goes Nick Gulo. Closed off by DiNicola. Ruiz back on defense for the Hat-Tricks. Goes to Bedard, quickly up Dabrowski. Toe drag. Bouncing puck out to center. Bedard settles. And Ruiz goes quickly for DiNicola, who tried to tip it in and hit the big body of Rasmus Asp, who got it into the Hat-Tricks area. Bedard up the right wing. Flips it in. Bouncing in the slot. And cleared. 12:30 left, third period. Ruiz. Slip pass for Ratcliffe. McKittrick. Spinning off a check. River Sharks emerge. 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. Davidson and Brown meet in the far corner. Brown to Ratcliffe. Rainbowed to center, looking for McKittrick. It's stolen away by Pickford. Up the right wing, Pickford to the net. Couldn't get the shot off. Abdella leaning on him. Meanwhile, the puck behind the net. Vartanainen opens up far corner. Drops off. Out to the right point to the near side. Rogers shoots, blocked. Ruiz picks up the free puck. Backhand dish for Ratcliffe. Ruiz crashes. Ratcliffe, far side, shoots! Off the blocker of Bernard. Ratcliffe has it back. Up top, Pamelaine fakes the shot. Wrists one. Blocked by Elijah Wilson. Hat-Tricks go high to low. Ruiz. Pressed up along the glass. Tetro keeps, then drags out. And turns back for Pamelaine with 11:20 left in this game. Pamelaine up the gut, shoots off the stick of Pozar and out of play. 11:14 the reading, third period. 2-1 Hat-Tricks. Shots are 30-19 in favor of the Hat-Tricks. Fans, Hat-Tricks in action next Friday and Saturday night at the Danbury Arena. Port Huron comes to town. The first two games of 5 at the Danbury Arena against Port Huron. Mentioned that game on 12:30. Not next weekend, the following weekend. The free game for Kids Club members against the Binghamton Black Bears. More information will come out as that game gets closer on how Kids Club members can retrieve their free ticket. If you're not a member, sign up at DanburyHattricks.com. Gulo is sitting in the penalty box. He lifted the puck out of play. It's a delay of game penalty on Nick Gulo. And the Hat-Tricks with their 9th chance on the man advantage. They are 2 for 8 so far in this game with a chance to add an insurance goal. Off the face-off. Rolling puck. Ruiz comes away with it. A whistle. And 5 seconds into a Hat-Tricks power play, it appears Daniel McKittrick is headed to the penalty box to even things up. So that is a short-lived power play for the Hat-Tricks. They now go to 2 for 9 during this game. Hat-Tricks making some changes.
Taylor Thomas, if you're in the house, we need you to come to the Zamboni entrance. Taylor Thomas.
Final game of the weekend for the Hat-Tricks. Lost 4-2 last night to Binghamton in Binghamton. Hat-Tricks set to leave New York State tonight and head back to Danbury. 4-on-4 hockey. Dabrowski with Ruiz, Abdella, and Bedard. Official comes in to talk with Dabrowski as they nudge him on the proper side of the hash. McKittrick assessed a boarding penalty 5 seconds in to the Hat-Tricks power play. So we are even. The stick Elijah Wilson went flying. Puck squirts free. Dish to the far side. Rogers wheels it behind the net. Ruiz comes away with it. Banks it off the boards for Dabrowski, who stops at the blue line. Hops a check. Clearing attempt kept in. Ruiz and Dabrowski keeping the pressure on. It's sent back out to center, where Abdella turns. Approaching the midway mark. Third period, Hat-Tricks with a 1-goal lead. Bedard, right wing, shoots, blocked by the stick of Pickford, and Bernard decides to hold on and get a whistle. Shots 30-19 in favor of the Hat-Tricks. Houston Wilson and Michael Falanga for the draw. Two goals in the first, one apiece, both on the power play. Brandon Stoychevsky and Houston Wilson. And the go-ahead goal here in the third, a minute 44 in. Sam Dabrowski at the end of a Hat-Tricks power play. Beat Bernard over the shoulder. And it's 2-1. Centering pass picked off. River Sharks get it back, and sliding was Pamelaine to knock it away. Falanga speeds up the right side. Goes wide on Pickford. Pressed along the boards. Wilson emerges. And an outlet pass. Up the right wing, Pamelaine is back. Long range shot off the stick of McCullum. And the Hat-Tricks get it out of the zone. Davidson to the bench for Elmira. Falanga the same for the Hat-Tricks, as both teams get fresh players on the ice. Final 10 seconds of this 4-on-4. Into the zone. Shot wide of the near post. It rings out to the near point. It's kept in. Poser walks the wall, shoots, deflected, they score! Wide open net for Stephen Ford. All he had to do was slide it home. Tie game. Poser's shot from the left wall got deflected. And Stephen Ford, who was just watching the puck, was set up on a tee and slaps it into the open net. 2-2 game with exactly 9 minutes to go in this third period.
Goal by your Elmira River Sharks by number 37,
Stephen Ford with the goal. One of the easier ones probably in his career. Second of the season for Ford, his third point. And we're tied up again. Hat-Tricks got on the board in the first period. 5 minutes later, River Sharks answered. Nothing in the second. Hat-Tricks sprung in front early in this period on the Dabrowski goal. And now Ford for Elmira. Ruiz with Ratcliffe and DiNicola. Ruiz toe drag. Poke checked to the near corner. A scrum for it. Free puck. Ratcliffe on the backhand turn. Shoots high. It was deflected. And Houston Wilson banks it off the glass. Pamelaine had his stick ripped out of his hands, but kicked it to Bedard. Bedard wide behind the net. Pushed by Pickford. Dabrowski supports. Bouncing puck. River Sharks on the offense. Wilson, right wing. Falanga getting back. Right pad save. It's steered to the near boards. And Dabrowski, helped out by McKittrick, gets the puck out. McKittrick right down the middle. Look, shoots, save, and a juicy rebound. But the River Sharks get it out of danger. 7:30 left in this third period. 2-2 game. Near side Richards. Around a sliding Bedard. Richards shoots, scores! Against his former team, Luke Richards with his third goal of the season, and Elmira is in front for the first time tonight. Tetro was laying in the crease, had taken out McCullum, and an easy wraparound for Richards. As Tetro was interfered with, hauled down by his own man. Got taken out of the play by his own guy, went tumbling into McCullum. They both couldn't stop the puck from going in, and Richards gives Elmira a 3-2 lead just moments after the River Sharks had tied the game. 2 goals in a minute 39 has the River Sharks in front. Hat-tricks with just 13 available players. Harwell didn't make the trip. Did play last night, but not with the hat-tricks in Elmira. Corey Cunningham tossed in the first period for kicking a player. Jared Yao suspended due to an altercation in Binghamton last night. And Kyle Gonzalez and Daniel Amesbury still out. Gonzalez on the IR, his 6th straight game out of the lineup. For Amesbury, he's serving his 18-game suspension, game 3 of that sentence. So the Hat-tricks give up the lead. 2 goals in a minute and 39 seconds for the River Sharks. Steve Ford at 11 minutes. Luke Richards, the former hat-trick, at 12:39. And the Hat-tricks, with their backs up against the wall, trying to salvage this series in New York State. Lost last night in Binghamton, are down by 1 here in Elmira with under 7 to play. You're watching Danbury Hat-tricks hockey on the Hat-trick Digital Network. Folks, Bold Move Logistics, a family-owned and operated delivery service provider exclusively for Amazon. As a team, they deliver packages the last mile to your doorstep. Check them out on the concourse level at a Danbury Hat-tricks game and inquire about joining their team. Charter Oak Brewing Company is a Connecticut-based craft brewery featuring handcrafted innovative beers such as pale ales, lagers, India pale ales, brown ales, sours, and several seasonal more robust beers. Pick one up at the Rabbit Hole inside the Danbury Ice Arena the next time you make your trip to Danbury. Your next chance to do it, Friday night, the 22nd. Port Huron coming to town for a 2-game set. Hat-trick searching for the tying goal. Off the draw, Dabrowski centers, hoping for DiNicola. It was tipped behind the net. Dabrowski went towards the goal. Pamelayan activated from the left point. River Sharks into the offensive zone. DiNicola back on defense. Pamelayan lifting the stick. And now an outlet for DiNicola. Too far for him. Icing waved as DiNicola won the battle. A reverse from the goaltender Bernard was halted momentarily by DiNicola, but the River Sharks get it out of the zone. Bouncing puck over the stick of Bedard. Down goes Klink, who's making his first shift since leaving the game with an injury. Gets tripped up by Bedard, and the Hat-tricks down by 1 in a must-kill situation with 6:07 the reading. Third period, shots 31-23, but the Hat-tricks trailing by 1. 2 goals in a span of a minute and 39 seconds. Power play for Elmira. They've scored once on the man advantage tonight. Up the near side, Rogers swoops to the far corner. Low to high, Houston Wilson at the right point. Low right corner. Hat-tricks with Falanga, McKittrick, Tetro, and Abdella to kill. Long range wrister. McCullum at the top of his crease makes the save. 24 gone on the power play. Hat-tricks change. The 2 forwards on this kill. Ruiz with Zinchenko. A depleted, tired Hat-tricks team searching for the tying goal. They had the lead, they lost it in a matter of a minute and 40 seconds. Now, a crucial kill to give them a chance. Scored just twice in Binghamton last night. One of the goals coming in the final minute on the power play when the team was already down 4-1. Ruiz to the tape of Zinchenko. Zinchenko goes backwards with it. Klink hiding, emerged, pressured Abdella. Now a free puck. Wilson pickpocketed Zinchenko, shoots! Blocker save Bernard. Zinchenko in a battle with Wilson. It slid middle as we've hit 5 minutes to go in the period. Getting crunched along the boards was Davidson as Tetro laid the boom. Hat-trick's clear. 45 ticks on this 5-on-4. Klink is out there for Elmira. Mentioned his hot start with the River Sharks. Has a point tonight. Left the game with what appeared to be a serious right leg injury, but he is returned. McCullum gloves down the shot and now leads McKittrick shorthanded. McKittrick on a breakaway for the tie! Wait, shoots, left pad save Bernard as the Elmira netminder outweighted McKittrick. The other way, Peavy drops off. Shot, save McCullum off the mask. Potential 2-on-1 for the Hat-tricks. Ratcliffe gassed at the end of a shift. Goes in 1-on-2. Ratcliffe shoots wide of the far post. It rims around to Wilson, who leads Peavy. Bedard right out of the box. Tried to kick it, was hauled down. Dabrowski into the zone. Dropping off Ratcliffe, weaving inside. Dabrowski shot stopped by Bernard. Dabrowski collided with Bernard, and Dabrowski scored the Hat-trick's second goal tonight early in this period. Another crunch from Tetro. Puck is tipped into the stands, and a whistle as we are under 5 to play. 3:43 left in this third. 3-2 Elmira with the lead. Final media timeout, and then we'll be back for the most crucial 3 minutes and 40 seconds of this game. You're watching Hat-tricks Hockey, the Danbury Hat-tricks Digital Network. Folks, Danbury-based Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson is your partner for the road ahead. They provide comprehensive legal guidance for individuals, families, and businesses. CME, let the pros handle your needs. Domino's, the official pizza of the Danbury Hat-tricks. Thin crust, pepperoni, sausage, you name the topping, they got it. Domino's, they deliver. And Fastenal, partner with Fastenal to simplify and secure your supply chain needs. They handle a vast range of industrial products, and if you want it, they can get it. The core belief is in the people at Fastenal. They empower their teams to do great things for yours. And Grounds Donut House is the featured donut of the Danbury Ice Arena. During a home game, stop by the main stand and grab yourself one of the day's featured donuts. As good as it gets. Donut, miss out. The final 4 minutes from Elmira, New York. Doug Latuca with you on the Danbury Hat-tricks Digital Network. Final game of the weekend for the Hat-tricks, trying to split this road trip before returning home next weekend. Off the draw, Tetro banks it for Dabrowski, comes back to the puck, and flings it far side for Falanga, who gloves it down right in front of the River Sharks bench. Off the end boards, it clanks to the near side, Dabrowski pinching. It goes through him, but it's sent back into the River Shark zone. Falanga at the red line. Outlet for Abdella, the defenseman pinching in. Bernard out of the cage, dishes near into the far side corner. And on the backhand, it's Wilson. Dangling out of trouble, off the boards for Houston Wilson. McCullum out of the goal. And to Abdella. Less than 3 to play. Hat-tricks down 1. Tetro outlet for Ruiz. A race for it. Icing waved off. Behind the net, Stephen Ford circling. He scored a goal for Elmira here in the third period. The second River Shark tally. And they scored a minute 39 seconds later. Here's Dabrowski, wrist shot, glove down Bernard. And a no-zone face-off upcoming for the Hat-tricks. And Connor McCullum to the bench. You wonder if Hat-tricks head coach Billy McCreary will use his timeout. Bit of a miscommunication on who the 6 skaters will be. Bedard off, DiNicola on. The other 5, Ruiz, Ratcliffe, Brown, Pamelayan. And now Bedard rejoins the conversation. And DiNicola goes off. So in total, 3 defensemen on the ice, but you know Steve Brown is crashing right to the net. Hat-tricks win the faceoff. Pamelayan shoots wide, bouncing puck far corner. A battle for it, kept in by Ratcliffe. He wheels it off of Ruiz. Far corner, Ruiz in front. Bedard stopped! Left pad saved by Bernard on Bedard. River Sharks maintain the 1-goal lead. Now Bedard, the righty, was on the ice instead of DiNicola, the lefty. It worked to the advantage there, but you had the defenseman instead of a forward on that side. So now Bedard is off. Dabrowski and DiNicola on the ice with Ruiz, Pamelayan, and Ratcliffe. 2:18 remaining in this period. 3-2 River Sharks. Shots 36-25 hat-tricks. Looking for the tying goal. Ruiz, another face-off win. DiNicola tried to chip it for Pamelayan. Instead, it's pushed forward, but whacked back into the River Shark zone. Hat-tricks with 6 skaters on. Empty net. A bid for the empty net, knocked down Ruiz. Left side, into the middle, Dabrowski shoots, save, rebound, it's available. The net is off, and they blow the whistle. For a second, it looked like the hat-tricks nearly poked it past the left pad of Bernard. He keeps it out. And another offensive zone face-off upcoming, and more changes on the ice for the hat-tricks. Ruiz, the constant. McKittrick, Dabrowski, Falanga, Ratcliffe, Pamelayan. Net reinstalled behind the Elmira goaltender, Sammy Bernard. Falanga off the draw for Ratcliffe. Poke checked off his stick. Shot for the empty net. Wide. Off the end boards, Pamelayan, first one there. All the way around for Ruiz with 1:45 to go. Behind the back pass for Ratcliffe. Hemmed in his own zone. Hat-tricks have to hit the gas pedal. Ratcliffe up the near side for McKittrick. Gathers. McKittrick going wide around. Wrap around. Try. Puck in front. They whack away. And another step from Bernard. Bernard standing on his head. 3rd start of the season for the young River Sharks netminder. Made 27 of 30 saves in his first start. 18 of 19 last night in Watertown in relief. Timeout hat-tricks with the net empty. Down by 1. 1:27 on the clock. Go time for the hat-tricks. It was pretty quiet offensively for both of these teams through the first 2 periods. 1 goal apiece in the first. Both on the power play. Stoychevsky at 11:04. Houston Wilson for Elmira at 16:14. Nothing in the middle frame. Started the 3rd period with a bang. Sam Dabrowski, 1:44 in, as a power play was just expired. But Elmira, about 9 minutes later, got the tying goal. Stephen Ford. And the go-ahead tally, 1:39 later, Luke Richards, familiar name with the hat-tricks faithful. And now Danbury trying to stage a comeback. Very early on in the season, this game 19 for the hat-tricks. They're at 8-8-2, 24 points, 3rd in the Empire. Elmira at 5-9-0, 13 points at the bottom of the division. Off the draw, Ratcliffe wheels it back behind the net, over the stick of Dabrowski. To the right point, Pamelayan keeps it moving along the kick plate. Log jam, Stoychevsky gloves it down, tried to kick it for Dabrowski. He was stopped with 1:15 to go. Ruiz poking and prodding, wins it, try to wrap around, gets it to DiNicola. Up top, Ratcliffe. Wrist shot, deflected wide near side. DiNicola spins to the net, shot safe. Rebound, Dabrowski stopped, and it is cleared out of the zone with under a minute to go. 3 to 4 chances for the Hat-Tricks with the net empty in the final minutes of this game, and Bernard has stopped all of them. Ratcliffe at the red line. Now the blue up the left wing. Turns back. Up top, DiNicola. Shot, flubbed, empty net. That's it. Elijah Wilson, the empty net goal. And that closes the book on the Hat-Tricks comeback. So after carrying a 2-game win streak into this 2-game road trip, the Hat-Tricks leave New York State. Losers of 2 in a row. And back to the drawing board for the Hat-Tricks. A depleted squad tonight with numerous pieces out of the lineup due to suspension, injury, an ejection of Corey Cunningham in the first period. And the Hat-Tricks down by 2. Tetro fires over the crossbar with 15. Bedard shot blocked. Falanga below the goal line. Zinchenko back for Falanga. Couldn't get the shot on. 5 seconds. Bernard into the middle. McKittrick shoots. Final 3 seconds. And that's it. A fight after the whistle. Zinchenko in the middle of it, but it doesn't matter. River Sharks 4, Hat-Tricks 2. Shots end 38-26. And another road loss for the Hat-Tricks. Danbury now this season on the road. They got off to a bad start away from home ice. And now fall to 4-7 away from the Danbury Ice Arena. 5-2-2 at home. Watertown on the tails of the Hat-Tricks. Things are starting to heat up in the Empire Division. And for the Hat-Tricks, still searching for answers. Hoping they can get back to full health. They'll have Jared Yao back for the next game after serving his 1-game suspension. Kyle Gonzalez should be ready to go, coming off his second IR stint. Chase Harwell should be slotted back in, and we'll see what happens with Corey Cunningham if any suspension is handed out for him. Hat-Tricks fall to 8-9-2, 24 points, third place in the Empire Division. The Elmira River Sharks improving to 6-9-0, 16 points, still in 5th place in the Empire Division. The fans here at First Arena enjoying a Saturday night win. And the Hat-Tricks a long bus ride home to Danbury, Connecticut. All right, folks, Hat-Tricks back in action next weekend, the 22nd and 23rd, Friday and Saturday night. The Port Huron Prowlers for the first 2 of 5 meetings in Danbury between the Hat-Tricks and the Prowlers. Get your tickets at danburyhattricks.com. Promotional nights, ugly sweater night, and gingerbread making contest on Friday, 7:30 puck drop. On Saturday at 7 o'clock, it is Coaches Appreciation Night. If you'd like to participate, sign up online under the community menu on danburyhattricks.com. For the final time, Elmira wins it 4-2 over the Hat-Tricks. For everyone helping out behind the scenes, I'm Doug Latuca saying farewell from Elmira, and we'll see you back right here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network Friday night, 7:30 puck.